Who are you? Beer Drink Shawty here. Foodie. Anyhow, Beer Drink Shawty here. Foodie Fam Podcast, Ep.3 with a special guest, Keiner of PeepThisOut YouTube channel. Ian, how you doing, man?
Good, my friend. It is great to be on here with you. Thanks so much for having me tonight.
Good stuff, man. You have a good weekend. I know it was Mother's Day weekend. You spend some time. Truthfully, I know you spent some time with your mom because I saw, I follow you on Instagram. And what's your Instagram first, though? Let's go ahead and plug your Instagram real quick. Instagram, Twitter.
You got it. Instagram is PeepThisOut Reviews, and Twitter is @PeepThisOut. Pretty much all over the place. If you hashtag any of that, you'll see all my stuff that'll pop up there. But very eventful weekend, man. Very eventful weekend. Everybody's celebrating the moms as they should. Every single day is Mother's Day as far as I'm concerned.
Definitely.
But obviously, you know, we did a national holiday on Sunday. Everybody did their thing. It was a blast yesterday, definitely.
Good stuff, man. I actually got to hang out with my mom all day.
Nice.
We shared a bottle. At first, we went and ate, and then after that, we shared a bottle of Malbec. She's not a drink, and the thing about it is, it's hilarious. She's not a drinker at all, man. But she probably had like maybe 2-3 glasses, man, and she was lit. It was so funny. It was funny. I felt like a jerk off for getting my mom probably smashed for the first time in probably 30 years.
No, man, I'm not mad at you, but just to keep with the high spirits of the podcast, because we all know how high spirited your podcast can be. I've got high spirits of my own, man. I got some Bacardi Superior and some Coke with me right now, so it's a tame drink, but it's a little rum and Coke action just for the theme of what we got going here. But I'm not mad at you, man. If you're trying to get your mom lit for Mother's Day, I don't think you need an excuse to get lit personally.
No, definitely.
But at the same time, good times, man. Good times all around.
Yeah, I got her. But yeah, man, okay, we went about this weekend. You know what? Let's go ahead and get into what a lot of people probably want as far as this podcast. Let's get into the food itself. Are there any hot items,
Sure.
You know, last week to this week? Because like I said, I was going to do a weekly podcast. But for how you know how things release, like if it's a week where nothing released, not too many reviews even putting up or reviews being put up, there's no point in doing it. So I'm pretty much going to play it by ear. I'm going to try to make it a bi-weekly podcast. But just within the past 2 weeks, any food item or even a food review stick out to you?
Well, you know, everything is still pretty fresh with Carl's Jr. right now because of the baby back rib burger being so hot and that thing being pushed by Damon John ridiculously right now on social media. He is lit up like a Christmas tree everywhere. If you're following Damon John, I mean, that guy is like all over the place. He was here in LA, I want to say about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I didn't get a chance to get down to the Inglewood area. He was down by LAX, the international airport for us here in LA. But that review, honestly, right now is still just like printing views, just everybody checking out the very latest and greatest, because who would have thought you can come out with baby back boneless ribs on a burger? I mean, the fact that it hadn't been done before, you know, which is crazy to me. So
I didn't know it'd been done before, truthfully.
Seriously, I mean, it's just visually, it's a sexy piece of food. I mean, it looks amazing, and the new direction that Carl's Jr. and Hardee's is going with their marketing just looks fantastic. So, that review by far, I think, is still the big thing. And then out of nowhere, they dropped the jalapeno double cheeseburger this past week.
Oh yeah, see, I need to check it out, man. Like the thing about Hardee's, man, and like I've reviewed or tried to review Hardee's maybe 2 to 3 times, and every time, man, and it's not even on location, not even based on location. It was just pretty much every time I go to Hardee's, it's disgusting, man. But my thing is, a lot of people are having a lot of people are having success with these last 2 items, and I'm definitely thinking about going and checking out that rib top burger. Definitely that, man.
I definitely recommend it.
You reviewed it?
Bacon.
Yeah, you reviewed it. Okay, yeah. I'm one of the only motherfuckers that didn't review that shit. I'm gonna get on it. I'm gonna get on it, man.
It's not a matter of when, it's if. And I think everybody who's in the food review game, who just enjoys doing food reviews in general, even in passing, should really just try that burger just to give it a try, because it's different enough where, I mean, like I usually say in my videos, if you're a carnivore, you're gonna love this thing because it's wall-to-wall meat. I mean, it's great. I mean, it really is a great burger. It really is.
Good shit, man. Good shit.
Yeah.
I wonder if any non-pork eating food reviewers are gonna order it and take the damn ribs off. Hey, you know what? Yeah, this is a review of the new Hardee's rib top burger, but you know what? I don't eat pork, so I'm gonna take the ribs off. Now review. Like, what the fuck? Matter of fact, are you And like, because I really haven't noticed it, man. Because are you one of those food modifiers?
Oh man, you're opening up a huge can of whip ass right now, because what I'm about to get into here is going to stretch into the tomato game, because you know it's going that route. But let me just tell you, I mean, yes, I do modify my stuff to some degree, only because there are some things that I absolutely don't look. I know. Hey, crucify me if you will, but in my defense, let me just tell you,
yeah,
if something is an essential part of the sandwich itself, whether it's, you know, if you're like, just for example, the one example I love to give is the BLT. If you're doing a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich, and you take the tomato off that,
you have no
bit. Exactly.
Or BL.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's BS is what it is. Okay?
Yeah.
BS is what it is. But honestly, there's no reason you should be reviewing the item, because if you have to take the essential part off of it and it's something that you don't like, that's where I draw the line. But with tomatoes are just the accoutrement, if you will, that adds a layer of moisture.
Yeah,
basically, it's a condiment. It's something that's there on the side.
And sometimes a crunch. And sometimes a crunch if they got it right.
if you got it right, or if you like that slimy just mess that it is in general. For me, I don't like the texture and just the feeling of it. I just don't like tomatoes at all. So it's just not my thing. But you know, if it's something that's part of it essential. But with the baby back rib burger, I agree with you, man. If you take the ribs off that, you know, you might as well. You're doing a solid for Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, because you're showing them the quality of their Angus beef. If you get their quote unquote former $6 burger, now thick burger, because the prices are getting up there. But there'll be a jerked off.
There'll be a jerk job that reviews it and takes the damn ribs off. But anyway, like I said, off of the food modification, because like I said, I really didn't notice if you were a food modifier. But like I said, tomato, man, it is what it is. Like, I don't hate on people that do it. It's just funny because, like, sometimes people take off the main ingredient and like, oh, you know what? I don't like this sauce. Like, okay, I'm gonna take this because I hate Thousand Island dressing, right? But but when I did a food review on the Big Mac for the first time, because I never eat that shit. I never ate Big Macs before, but then I did a food review on it. And I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and get this. And I was like, yo, I hate Thousand Island, but this shit is good as hell with this Thousand Island. Like, what the hell?
Dude, but it's not Thousand Island, though. That's the crazy thing about it.
It's
not Thousand Island. No, that's the thing that's crazy.
It's
if you
Mac
look at the
sauce.
ingredients list, Mac sauce is the name, but it looks like Thousand Island. It has a taste like Thousand Island. When I actually I went down to a McDonald's that we had locally here in LA when they were doing that Big Mac sauce giveaway, and I managed to get one of those 10,000 bottles that they were giving out there. The ingredients list doesn't have anything remotely resembling like ketchup or anything that you think Thousand Island would actually have in it to give you that. It just looks like it, but
it tastes like it though, doesn't it?
Not.
It doesn't to you?
I would say, okay, well, maybe if you put them side by side and you give it like a taste of somebody, probably. It's like the end result is Thousand Island flavor, but the ingredients list is not what you think it would be. There's no mayo. There's nothing like that.
Yeah, I feel you. You know, we'll call it 4,000 Island.
Yeah.
We'll call it 4,000
I'll call it 999,000 Island dressing, if you can call it that. -1. Let's just say -1.
Word, yeah. One short of a meal. One short of a meal.
One short.
But yeah, man,
you got it.
We offer the whole modifying of food, man. You know what? I don't like. I never asked this question, but like as far as food reviewers, man, like what food reviewers do you enjoy the most? And I'll put it this way, because like I said, I'm subscribed to a lot of food reviewers on my main channel, even some that I don't necessarily like or think are entertaining, because I just like to just pretty much see like the competition, because I don't give a shit what anybody says. If I look at it as a sport, and I know it's no championship or anything like that, but like I like to follow a lot of food reviewers that are in there, new and old, 30 subscribers, 30,000 subscribers, 700,000 subscribers. But like, who are some food reviewers that you really enjoy? Just maybe a couple, 2 to 3. And at the end game, who do you think is like the king, not the titan, not the food titan of the Foodie Fam universe, but who do you dub the king of food review, including yourself? Because you can do that, because you have what, over 10,000 subscribers, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, over close to 11,000 it's coming up on there. You know, you're beginning to pigeonhole me. I get this question a lot because a lot of people want to know, who is it that you think is the best? Who is it that you watch? And I kind of know this going into this. So just on the real, though, I got to say, though, I subscribe to everybody who's out there. So everyone who's in the food review community, that you guys are that are well known, even those that are made like medium range, because there's like kind of like waves of the new people that are coming in there as well, which I'm kind of getting acclimated with as well. But just off the top of my head, I mean, number 6 with cheese, which is hilarious.
They are dope. They are really dope.
They are pretty cool. They are pretty cool. I kind of on and off kind of watched a little bit of their content.
Yeah.
Some of my other people that I know have worked with them as well. So just a lot of entertaining creativity, and I'm sure we'll talk about the YouTube game and how we do what we do as we go. But number 6 for cheese is pretty hilarious. I only mentioned the endorsement too in the very beginning because I came up pretty much with the endorsement over Eric over back east. Pretty much in the very beginning, we had literally like hardly any subscribers at the time, and he was one of the first channels that I came across. In addition to Joey. Which we can talk about the very first food review. So the ones that I actually watched, the ones that I actually, since the very, very beginning, because that's what you're kind of acclimated with, and then you kind of like collect the new ones as you go, and you begin to see what's out there. And of course you at the same time as well.
I do appreciate it.
No, seriously, you have a spin and a mix on what you do, and that's a very unique way. And there's a place for everybody on YouTube, and you do what you do the way that you do it, which is just hilarious. Yeah, so huge fan with that.
Yeah, and that's my thing. Like, truthfully, like I said, or not like I said, damn, I hate it when I fucking say that. I need to edit that out. But no, when I first started really food reviewing, I wasn't really a food reviewer. Like, I'm pretty sure you even remember. Like, I did mainly MMA, combat sports videos, interviews of the fighters. I did a lot of I'm not going to call myself a journalist, but I'm still at every local MMA boxing event taking photos and interviewing people and whatever. I'm actually shooting a documentary, Trained by, which is an MMA documentary. But I started doing food reviews kind of as a spoof and like kind of using other people's catchphrases, because you see me say, "Let's peep this out." And my thing, and that's the funny thing about it. I think I maybe even touched on this when I had Mr. Happy 0121. On the podcast last episode, but
he's another good dude. He's another good dude. Yeah.
Definitely. A lot of subscribers he has too. But like the way it is like a lot of people think that because I use other people's catchphrase and try to throw a little shade at them that I dislike them, and I think you're one of the only ones that everyone knows that like you know what I'm saying, that I fuck with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with Ian from Peep This Out, and I have from day one. But some like some that that is real shade. But yeah, it is what it is. But okay, like for the most part, you enjoy a lot of different food reviewers, but you just said number 6 with cheese. Just throw me 2 more out, and then after that, like I said, there can only be one king, man. And it's nothing wrong with saying who you think is the absolute best production wise, the actual review, just creativity, like switching it up, not using the exact same catchphrases and shit every video. Like, name a couple more and just your opinion on number 1. Who's king, man? Who's king? Who's Floyd Mayweather of this food review shit?
It's hard to say. I got to be honest with you. I'm not trying to dodge the question because there are so many. Everybody is so different in what they do. And if anyone who really knows me out there knows that I like a lot of detail in my reviews. I like a lot of giving you a breakdown of what's really in it. I mean, just saying something is great. It's amazing, and it's okay if you have something to go with that, and that's great. But for me, I like the idea of having the detail that's in there and getting the minutia, sometimes the breakdown. It may not be for everybody, but if I had to throw just a couple out there, just aside from my buddy, the endorsement, only because I know him for so long and I've known his rise, the way that he does his thing and the detail that he has, and we've done some collabs in the past, of course. Yep. He's definitely a fan of that there. Mr. Happy 0121. Very opinionated guy. I love that guy. It's a love-hate relationship it can be. I always kind of liken him to like the hall monitor of YouTube, meaning in a good way, because he's kind of like watching all the reviewers walking, going to and from their classes in front of him, and he's got an opinion of everyone, and it's entirely his, and I appreciate that.
And he holds you in really high regard too, which is dope. Like I said, man.
I know.
Yeah. Like he definitely respects it. But my thing, just how you said, that's funny that you use that analogy, like a hall monitor. That's hilarious.
He's got some choice words for me. I mean, he calls me the Gandhi of YouTube, the Ned Flanders of YouTube. Well, and believe me, I don't take it personal at all. It's hilarious to me. I think he's a good guy, and he does what he does. Definitely.
Hey, he's gonna be watching this podcast, but don't prove him wrong, man. Who's the king? Who's the king? Who's the king? Who's Floyd Mayweather of this food review shit, man? No shade.
you want no shade. You want the king of the food review game, the one who does it probably, that you want to tune in and see what it is because it is what it is. And I'm not going to say this because I'm on your show right now, but I do believe it is you, if you really want to know the truth. Because even though you may come up with something, I'm being real with you. I'm being real with you. Look, I have a lot of fans, and I have a lot of people who want to always know who's like the top when it comes to the food review. I'm looking at it in terms of who delivers content that I want to tune in every single time and take a look at whenever you've got something in there, whatever it is. If it's a 2-minute video, 3-minute video, I'm like I said, I'm fans of everybody. I mean, I love Ken Domick. I know you guys have your opinion of him, and Dame definitely. I'm a fan of Dame's as well because I know them, and I've worked with them, and I've talked to them behind the scenes, and there's a lot that, they're good people at the core of it. There, I know that there's a lot of things out there in the internet, and it is the internet. You got to understand there's going to be a lot of things like that. But,
one thing real quick, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but one thing that I will say, and I don't know, you probably won't want to touch on it at all, but I've actually squashed a portion of my beef, if you want to call it beef, because like I said, I don't think about this shit during the day, but I pretty much squashed like a portion of it with Ken Domick, because he randomly went to one of my videos and said that, man, I did not tweet that. Like, it was a tweet. I'm not even going to get into the tweet, but he said he didn't tweet it and he would never tweet it and da-da-da-da-da. And I looked at it, I'm like, okay, for what it is, man, I'm like, and you can even see in the comments, it's still up. But I told him, I was like, for what it is, a real person of that character won't defend themselves, because it is what it is. Like, I put it this way, like, and I'm probably going to get flack for this, but I don't like dogs. I don't like dogs. And I'll say it, I don't like dogs. I don't hate dogs, but I don't like dogs. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I say it straight up. But if I was a closet I don't like dog dude, like, that was stupid. That was the dumbest shit that I ever. It is what it is. But my thing is, like, with Ken Domick, like I said, I will never, ever take away from his production quality. He's a good producer of content. Truthfully, he's a good reviewer. However, he went, you know what I'm saying? He pretty much, he went about things the wrong way, and I'm done with that portion of it. But it is what it is, man. So, but man, you know what? I'm gonna pull your card, man. I am not the king, man. Come on. Give me the real answer, man. Give me the real. But if not, I respect you, and I'll be done with that.
The reason why I said that, because there is actually, obviously, there's people that I think of when I think of the review game, because a lot of the detail that I like to get into with my reviews are people that really kind of, give that there. But when I say in terms of being the king and that type of thing as well, when it comes to, and for me, this is what draws me to your content. This is what, since the very beginning, because regardless of how some people may find it maybe like over the top edgy and being the way that it is, there is a place for any type of content on YouTube. And with all the drama with the whole algorithm right now and advertisers and people doing what they do, regardless of it, people want to tune in to watch the activity of somebody who they enjoy watching. And if you do what you do to the best of your ability, and you do, I personally believe that you know what you do when you're putting it out. You know what you're putting out.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything is sriracha. It's hilarious to me. So with that said, that's why I do make it a point to take a look at everything that you put out typically when it comes out. Now, when I'm not doing what I'm doing, usually late at night, I catch up. I'm always hitting up your site usually first. I got to be honest.
That, man.
Because I like to see it. I'm being real with you. Not just because I'm on your show. I'm not trying to blow smoke up the you-know-what or anything like that. It's just, it's hilarious stuff. Now, with that said, when it comes to all the other drama and the stuff, because I know that you have your opinion of a lot of people that I know, and I'm sure there are a lot of people listening to this that are going to be interested to see, well, how is this going to work, considering I was at CraveCon and considering you have your opinion of CraveCon and all of that stuff as well. Yeah, I'm just being real with you right now, because I think we're all at the stage. I'm being seriously. Anything that you want to know, I will gladly tell you, because it was a great experience just being there with everybody, to be honest.
That's cool.
And at the core of it there, regardless of, the perception of what's put on social media and what the perception of it is here, at the heart of what the event was to try and do was to really, have as much fun showcasing the community and start off sometime. You got to start off in some way.
Yeah, definitely.
Regardless of the size.
Yeah, and I never knocked it. Like, and that was the thing. And truthfully, like, even before I officially took myself out of the video, I'm not out of the video. When I officially took myself out of, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm drinking a 40 ounce of Coke 45. That's why I'm a bit more talkative today. But
I'm halfway done with my rum and Coke right now, but keep going. I'm going a little ahead of schedule. Go ahead.
Good shit. But yeah, man, the way it was, like, a lot of people acted like I wanted, or not acted like, some people may have a conception that I wanted Crave Con to fail. That I did not want Crave Con to fail. Like I said, I had no ties to Crave Con. Dame hit me up saying, boom, I'm gonna fly you out to Crave Con, or Crave Con, boom, hotel, this, that, the other. So I'm like, cool. But when situations transpired of pretty much Ken, like, trying to make me jump through hoops and run through fires in order to fucking stay a part of the panel or whatever, like, I was like, fuck Crave Con. And the way it was is, like, a lot of people think that, like, okay, I had ill will towards Crave Con. My thing was, even in the video, to where I'm like, okay, I'm not going, and I'm just putting Ken on blast in a way. I even said, I'm like, no, I hope Crave Con does well. And I did hope Crave Con went well. As you said, it did go well. Dame said it went well. But the thing with me was, like I said, I wanted it to go well. I don't think that it was the success that Dame claims that it was. And I don't think that, I'll put it this way. I think that the genre is still at its first stages. So I think that more established content creators in the genre should make more of a wave period in YouTube before, you know what I'm saying, before there's an actual convention just for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how I always looked at it, but at the same time, I had no problem with being a part of it because I was invited. But, you know, let me get off Crave Con. Fuck Crave Con. Fuck Crave Con. It is what it is. But, damn, the next little topic, you already said it, is I was going to say beer, wine, or liquor.
Oh, man. For me, it's probably going to be liquor because I like rum. So probably going to be that, to be honest.
Good shit. You already know what I am. I'm in that beer because
straight out.
It's funny because you said you knocked that question out like beforehand because you said like rum and Coke, but truthfully, no, you didn't, because drink of choice.
Well, that would be it.
But you're drinking just rum, just straight up rum, or is there a rum drink that you like?
Well, you know, rum and Coke is my thing, but I got to be honest. If I'm going to skip to like the extreme, I like. Have you ever heard of a drink called the Incredible Hulk?
Incredible Hulk, love it. Yep, I remember when it first came out.
Hypnotic and Hennessy. So that goes way back in the day there. So if I'm going to jump to it, I'm very big on the visual. Maybe that's because YouTube. I really love YouTube for that reason because it's the visual medium. But for the drink itself, I would say the Incredible Hulk is probably another go-to if I have to choose. And now it's jumping to the extreme. But if I like to just casually sit back with my homies, we're just out, it's going to be usually just a rum and Coke, or if I'm going to keep it completely light, and this is going to be sad to say, especially with you on the podcast right now, but just a Dos Equis with lime, to be honest. It's nothing special.
Hey, you know what, bud? And this is funny. You say Dos Equis. No, I'm tripping. I was about to say, no, I just drank Dos Equis yesterday, but no, I had Modelo. I had Modelo with lime, and I put a little salt in there the other day. Like, that's all I drank. I think I drank maybe a 6-pack of that. But but you're a rum dude. I wanted to put you up on game, but my thing, if you're a rum dude, you probably had these drinks before. But if you haven't, if you had a Carabulu,
I have never heard of that.
Look up Carabulu. It's 151 rum, pineapple juice, and what else was it? 151 rum, pineapple juice, and Malibu.
Okay. Malibu rum. Okay, my girl loves that one. My wife, I should say, she loves that. So Carabulu. Okay,
2 rums. Yep, 2 rums. But like that one, and there's another rum drink. Truthfully, this is actually my favorite rum drink. But it's a Puerto Rican rum called Casacha. Have you ever had Casacha?
No, I haven't.
Try Casacha. You're gonna love it. It's a Puerto Rican rum. There's a brand called 51, and there's another brand that I love called Rio D. And the best drink is called a Capoeira. I fuck up the name every time. Capoeira, something like that. But it's pretty much the Brazilian rum, lime, sugar. So it's almost like a mojito type of situation. Okay. But yeah, it's like the rum, lime, sugar, and I think it is mint leaf. It may be mint leaf, but like I said, don't quote me here. And muddled together and served on ice. Delicious, man. You got to try a capoeira or whatever, but definitely check out Kasasha.
All right, Kasasha, and they have the carabule as well too. So cool.
Definitely,
cool. I will definitely.
So we got
definitely check that out.
Got that beer. I mean, when we all know, damn, like I'm beer all day. I love. Truthfully, I drink all of them. Fuck it, I drink all of them. Beer, wine, and liquor. Not all together though. But
that's what I'm telling you. It's entertaining, man. It's entertaining. That's why I say, in terms of being the king like that, it's like there is really nobody else. And like I said, I watched a lot of food reviewers as well. Like late at night when I'm doing my thing, I'm always coming back to seeing what you got going on. So that's why I say that, because there's got to be a draw that makes you want to keep coming back. Yeah, you know, when something launches right away.
Man,
so
I really appreciate that shit. I really appreciate that shit, man. And I do beer reviews, and I do wine reviews, and I've been known to do liquor reviews, but
you might as well just do a sriracha review too on its own.
I think I am. I think I am just a teaspoon, or not even a teaspoon. I'm just gonna down a bottle of sriracha. But I already said this, but it was in your comment section. UFO. Extraterrestrials, like I've noticed that, and truthfully, that like I was already a fan of you, but you upped the ante as far as like me just being like, yo, I really like this guy, because you've had a few YouTube videos that were like ET themed, UFO themed, and like I've had a few as well, but I'm like, okay, this is about the second, third or extraterrestrial themed video. So I just went ahead and asked you, hell, like, have you ever seen a UFO, or you into whatever? And you said you saying that you were just interested in it. I gotta ask you, man, have you seen a UFO, or have you seen an extraterrestrial? Or shit, this is the Foodie Fam, not universe. Damn, this is the Foodie Fam podcast. Have you ever been abducted by a fucking alien, Ian?
Have things ever been done to me that I'm not aware of? Wait a minute, what? You know what? I do believe in that type of thing. I do. And when I was a kid, and I've always been interested in that topic. One of my favorite channels, just before I even get into this little story, I'll tell you. There's a channel on YouTube called Secure Team 10, which you may have seen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you put me on to him. Yeah, you put me on to him in the comment.
That guy is just, his name is Tyler, and I've been watching his channel for like the last maybe year and a half. And it's just very well produced content in terms of the voiceovers and the imagery and the videos and all the really cool things that are there. And it's just done very well. There's a lot of channels like this on YouTube, and a lot of, they are what they are. So that's one of my favorite channels by far that I watch outside of the food review stuff there, because we all have hobbies outside.
Were you a fan of Third Phase of Moon before they got shut down? I used to love that.
Third Phase of Moon is actually still around. Blake Cousin is he's still up there. That channel is still around there. That's usually in my feed that I see for my trending.
Oh, okay.
That I see there. So it's usually Third Phase of Moon, and there's like another one where it's like of mind, body, sound. It's like some computer voice thing, which is kind of weird, but something like that. But,
I like to hear human voices talk about it.
I like to be human beings, right? We don't know if they're aliens.
Definitely.
But yeah, I've always been interested in the topic. I remember when I was a kid, I actually did see something. I remember driving with my mom when we lived back east in New York. We were going over the Brooklyn Bridge, and there was lights in the sky. It looked like a cigar-shaped thing with like lights kind of flashing around. That was kind of like, it was just strange. And my mom always brings that story up every so often, and it really is the thing that sticks out for me as a kid. But
definitely,
I've always been interested, and with the push of technology now and the things that we have available to us, and more things that are coming out. I don't know if you've seen this new thing that just came out about a week ago. It's this movie called Unacknowledged, actually, by Dr. Stephen Greer, which is pretty interesting stuff. I just watched it last night.
I'll be looking that up.
It's pretty insane. Actually, in Secure Team 10, they just did an interview with him, and he talks about it and talks about his stuff. And I followed him for years, ever since like 2001, and when they had the National Press Club in Washington. So I've always been interested in the topic, because there are things out there that obviously, we just can't explain. To think that we're alone in the universe is, I think, a naive thing to kind of come out with.
It's definitely naive, and it's definitely like, woe is me. It's like, okay. This is a thing, and I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna push it real fast. But like I said, I like to keep these. I don't like the hour and a half podcast. We're at 30
I'm
now.
Down. Whatever you want to do. You got me how long you need.
Good shit. Good shit. But the one thing that a representative for MUFON told me, and a Christian representative from MUFON, he pretty much said, if God. I'm not remembering what he said, but pretty much he said, okay, like with such a loving and giving God, why would he stop here? Why would he only put humans here? And then it just kind of clicked. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. But I knew it. But anyway, back to the MUFON aspect of what I just said. March 8th, 2009 is a date that will always stick out to me, man. Me and my brother. I was over at my brother's house in Covington, Georgia. And you could even Google it. You can Google March 8th, 2009, Covington, Georgia. And you will see a UFO report in the MUFON database or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you can see it. And you can see the whole account, what I told them and whatever. But they exist, man. They exist. And the funny thing about it, it just stood in one place for probably 30 minutes. And I'm just like, no, that's just a star.
What did it look like? What did it look like?
It was like it was the center. It was almost where like, it was a light, boom, white light, of course. And it had these appendages pushing out and being pulled in, and they were different colors, right? And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Because like, funny thing about it, I was over at my brother's house, I was just chilling, like, and no beer, no wine. He was outside because he was just outside letting his dog out, and he's like, hey man, come out here real quick. And he's like, what is that? And I'm like, it's probably a star, some shit like that. Now I just looked at it, I'm like, hold up. And I was like, oh shit! I'm like, what is that? Because I saw things coming in and out, like these appendages being pushed out and drawn back in.
Man,
and I'm
crazy,
like, that is insane. But no, it went crazier. We watched it for around 15, 20 minutes, and all of a sudden, a airplane was going like somewhat in his direction, pretty much in the thing's path, and it got somewhat close. And this motherfucking thing shot up at an arc to where it got smaller and smaller and smaller until it disappeared. The airplane went by where it was, and maybe 2 minutes later, the motherfucker shot right back down at the exact same spot and just chilled there again, man. Yep. And after that, because my thing before that, I always believed in UFO, extraterrestrial. And my thing, it could not even be an extraterrestrial. It could be like, and I'm not going to get too deep into it. It could be a spirit. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. It could be anything. But as soon as I saw that, I'm like, everything that I've always believed, it's real. Anyone that says otherwise, fuck you. Like you're in a box. You're in a box, and you believe that fucking you believe that this is it. So it is what it is. But that's crazy, man. Because like I said, man, definitely made me more of a fan just for the fact that you. Like, even if you don't believe in it, just for the fact that you're interested in.
I'm open, man. I've always been open to that stuff, and also with ghosts. There's a lot of content that I've made that actually, when I have a theme, I should say, I like to run with it. Whether it's like an alien theme or a ghost theme or something. I've always been into that stuff as a kid, always. So
that's dope.
It's as I'm older and the technology is there, and there's so many things that are crazy right now. A lot of it on YouTube could be disinformation as well. It could be just things to kind of keep things from the truth. But just seeing that there may be something that could be there is wild to me. It's just wild. So huge fan. Huge fan.
It is really easy to separate from what could be real and what is just total bullshit. But I'm going to go ahead and get off the topic, man. But that's definitely, like I said, man, I had to jump on it, though, because like I said,
we could do a whole other show. We could do a whole other show just on that topic alone, and I'll help you light it up. So.
Definitely. That would be what it is.
Good.
That would be, like I said, I'm planning on doing a fucking wrestling podcast, have Mr. Happy 0121 on there with that.
Nice.
Are you a fan of wrestling at all or no?
You know, classic wrestling, I haven't watched really since the pre-rock era, honestly. And a lot of people ask me that question a lot when I was a kid and into my teens and my early adulthood. I was really into like Randy Macho Man Savage, Hulk Hogan,
the golden age,
seriously, honestly, and I'm probably going to get some hate for this, but when wrestling was really good, that's when it was really good.
Fuck that. So, if you get hate, it's going to be from the millennials. It's going to be from the cornballs that think that CM Punk is the greatest of all time and was done wrong by the. Oh, you don't even remember CM Punk? That's what I'm saying. You definitely been off wrestling for a minute, but
no, I've heard of him.
Cool. But yeah, man, the way it is, I don't give a damn. And truthfully, if because my daughter just became a wrestling fan. She's only 11 years old. She loves wrestling. Like, she's saying that, I don't know if I want to do this, or if I want to do that, or if I want to be a diva. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But and I took her to one of her first indie wrestling matches maybe a week ago, and we're going to SmackDown. Yeah. We're going to SmackDown when it's here in Atlanta. I already got the tickets for that, but you're definitely right, man. The golden age of wrestling is definitely the most entertaining point, because it was more about the characters and less of like scandal and bullshit. And we didn't have Twitters. We didn't have Twitters to show that they really are real people. And like, you know what I'm saying?
You're reading my mind. You're reading my mind.
Yeah.
That's what ruined it.
Exactly.
The internet
do you
and everything.
know?
You used to go from. Do you remember Saturday morning wrestling?
Yeah.
You're getting me all hot with this right now.
Yeah. I used to pull out my ring. I used to pull out my ring and set up about 20-something wrestling action figures with some Jakks Pacific. No, at the time they were Hasbros. They were Hasbros, the hard Hasbros. They had like one feature that each wrestler could do. Yeah.
Yeah, that, and also the fact that the Saturday morning, they would have like the main event like on Friday night, Saturday night that would compete with SNL. I remember the main event would be like the thing on Channel 4. And then I would look forward to getting the WWF before it became World Wrestling Federation.
Yep.
It was getting that magazine and then realizing that WrestleMania was coming. You only knew what was happening with every storyline from these characters from the show twice a week and from directly. You did not get any, just like you said, social media has killed the sport.
Exactly. Yeah, like imagine you're whatever age. Like, I know for me, I was probably 8 or some shit. Imagine the Ultimate Warrior being your favorite wrestler, but then all of a sudden you hop on to Twitter and then you see Ultimate Warrior pictured wearing a fucking Yankees ball cap with fucking khaki pants and a fucking button up with no face paint. Man, I don't know what the fuck I would have done with myself, man.
Yeah,
that shit's crazy. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But that good to know that at least you were a wrestling fan, man. And it's definitely getting better. It's definitely getting better.
And I'm not completely out of, like, I just don't watch it regularly. But, with Stone Cold Steve Austin and a lot of the people that are coming back, and The Rock, obviously, who have really tried to electrify it and have done pretty well with it since, like, the Hulk Hogan, Randy Macho Man era. I think, just like I said, for now, anyone who's into it right now, if it's your thing, then God bless you, because we all have periods where that's like the thing for us, So,
definitely.
And there is some entertainment value with it there. I just don't think the mystique of it is the same because of it there. But again, I'm not a millennial, so I'm probably not looking at it like they're looking at it. But that's just me.
All good. Definitely it is what it is. Hey, you know what? I'm going to name... And I know we talked a bit about food reviews, but this is just going to be somewhat of a quick situation. I actually did this with Mr. Happy 0121. I'm going to name food reviewers, and just off of the head, like the first few words that come to mind off of the head, just let me know. And truthfully let the motherfucking Foodie Fam Podcast know. First couple words, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Happy 0121.
Hall monitor of YouTube. In a good way. I love that guy. I got to tell you right now, he is. I chat with him every so often. I know he's very busy doing his thing the way I am too. I'm kind of hard to get a hold of with a lot too sometimes. But he is, like I said, he's dedicated to doing what he does. He's got his own installed base that watches, and they look for that specific content from him. But he is definitely a unique character in the game. But he also does. He's very, strongly opinionated about something, and he will tell you if it sucks truly. Based upon his experience, as he should. I mean, he will put it out there. So,
yeah, definitely. That's what I like about him.
I would say definitely that.
That's what I like about him.
He is a good guy.
Liam's Lunchbox.
Oh, man.
I hate that
Candy
guy.
High.
I hate that guy. But go ahead.
Liam is, I enjoy watching Liam's stuff, but he is kind of a little bit all over the place at the moment with a lot of the stuff that he's got there. I know that Lunchbox is the term that he's got there, but there's a lot of candy, a lot of snack, a lot of stuff like that. So I watch, most of it. But personally for me, I think he's a dedicated, hardcore candy addict in terms of, he's a knowledge base of content when it comes to.
He's young motherfucker.
He's young. But aspiring actor and very, very positive dude. I've met him before. He's really a good guy. Behind the scenes from just when we went to VidCon and everything too as well, along with Keiner from Food Central TV. But I would say with Liam, he is just, I would say he's the manic candy reviewer, because there is some great, he's got some great stuff on Instagram. He's more of his stuff that I'm seeing, the content is mostly on Instagram with his really cool breakdowns of candy bars and snacks and things to really get it out there, and it's edited really cool, and I'm really digging it there. But when he's into what he does on his food review stuff for YouTube, you know, it's some great content as well. He's got some great cinematography, and he's very much into Slater's 50/50, which we have locally here where I live. So it's,
okay, never heard of
it. He's big on it.
Good
awesome
shit.
Burgers, everything. 50% burger, 50% bacon. It's just it's really good. Really good
shit.
Stuff.
Good shit. And just so everyone knows, because people think that I'm the shadiest motherfucker on YouTube as far as this community. But no,
for real?
But no, Liam.
I thought your alter ego is a food review show, right? You're good.
Yeah, I'm good. But no, I don't hate Liam's Lunchbox. He's actually one of my favorite individuals. Like, I talk to him a lot. He's the only person from YouTube that I Snapchat. He snaps me randomly. Because I guess he's just now getting into beer or some shit. Like, I don't know, but like,
well, you should know I don't hate anybody. So honestly, I have a lot of respect for anyone who puts themselves out on YouTube in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
I mean, that takes you know, I'm just gonna say it takes balls to do something like that, and to be able to take the lashing that you can usually get from people because they're just going to give you their opinion. So you know that more than anybody.
Yeah, I try to get it going, you know. But it is what it is.
I know. whether you instigate it or not, baby, you know.
Let's go. Moving on, we have Fast Food Pit Stops. A couple words about him.
He is in your face.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Justin is really a character to watch there. He goes from the highs to the lows, like, you know, doing the calm, you know, he really breaks it down, and then he gets in your face with the jubilation and really just in there too. Whenever I think of Fast Food Pit Stops, I think of just like the in your face bravado of it there, and he has a lot of fun doing what he's doing, and that's the key there. It comes across on camera.
Word.
So, you know, however people may be behind the scenes is one thing, but
yeah, when
they're on the camera and when he does what he does is just cool. I mean, he's really a cool guy. I believe he just moved to Denver, I believe, as well too there. So he's got a whole new avenue of content that he's putting out there, and like I said, in your face, definitely in your face.
Good shout out Fast Food Pit Stops, you motherfucker, you. Next up, we have KBD Productions.
All right, now this one. Let me just say, Ken actually, he has a special place for me because he was one of the first people who really took an interest to my channel in the very beginning, and he's one of the first people that I met. So the first thing that comes to mind when I see him is probably one of the most dedicated content creators out there in terms of just what he puts out every single week and how often, and the fact that he can vlog as much as he does, and he puts everything on display for you to see, whether it's going for a colonoscopy, whether it's going for whatever. I mean, there is some amazing, that is the epitome of the YouTube life right there. And that's one of the things, if you see, one of his hashtags is Ken Domic's life. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I can tell you just from meeting him and having him come down to the West Coast, and we did the first West Coast food tour a couple of years ago, is that he is very conscious of how people view him online. And we've had conversation about it. And he's very, you know, sometimes we talk about what worries us about some of the things. Sometimes it's like, what do we want to do with our content? Mm-hmm. And we feed off of each other. I just had a conversation recently with him talking shop about Final Cut Pro 10. And a few things. So he is very much a very dedicated dude. That was
one of his comments on the video, to where we kind of hashed shit out as far as the tweet. I'm just gonna call it the tweet. But like, we ended up hashing shit out, and people I got flamed a bit for actually talking like normal to him. Like people were angry that I didn't just say "fuck you, motherfucker." Oh, I'm gonna kick. Like, no, I'm like, dude. And that's what I told him in the comments. I'm like, any grown man that can come on and defend himself mildly and say that, no, I didn't do that. I'm like, you know what? And that's what I said in the comment. I'm like, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Like, you're a grown man, I'm a grown man. You didn't do it. Like, my thing is, if you say you didn't do something, you didn't do it. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, Ken Domic, definitely a good YouTube creator. Like I said, I don't have any ill will towards him, but I'm not going to say that I'm going to invite him to my fucking daughter's birthday in 2 months, but it is what it is. I'm going to narrow down a few, because we went kind of long on a couple. Let me see. You know, we're going to do this one. Keiner from Food Central TV.
Keiner is another dedicated content creator, but
AKA Sheldon from Big Bang Theory.
I thought it was Blue's Clues. I usually get whenever I hear people are likening him to somebody from Blue's Clues.
He's like 8 people, man.
Keiner is a good guy. He's another passionate content creator that comes out with a lot of the big items as well, like we all do at the same time there. But I enjoy watching his stuff. He's growing his subscriber base as well, and he's just doing his thing. And honestly, like me, we kind of stay away from a lot of drama. I got to be honest. I mean, there's a lot that goes out there. I mean, for me personally, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm a grown ass man. And
exactly.
I'm not going to get, into a pissing contest with people that I don't really know, except for maybe a persona on YouTube or something that may be done. Or if somebody writes something that may be taken the wrong way and it becomes what it does.
Yeah.
I would rather take the energy and keep producing my content and keep doing what I do every week as I do. But that's what I see from Keiner. He does what he does to the best of his ability. And he's got great stuff that he puts out when he puts it out. And he has a lot of fun doing it. Like I said, I have a lot of respect for anyone who really takes the time to really make something that they think is going to be something that should resonate with people, not just themselves, but even more than a few people like it.
Yeah, and
he's great with that.
Exactly, and that's my thing too. Even something that is either going to be loved, liked, or criticized. Like my thing, a lot of people don't understand as a content creator for any genre, or if you don't even have a genre, because like my main channel, I do what the fuck ever I want on that channel.
Yeah.
But when you put out your opinion or your energy, people will either agree, disagree, or just fucking flame it. And that's the thing. And that's the thing that people don't get. Like when you put up a video, because like there are YouTube channels that don't show their face. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they're like they don't have an avatar or whatever the fuck. But for you to put out an opinion, have an avatar for one, and for two, to have a video camera having you say what the fuck, even if it's an opinion on a burger, that burger place will see your opinion if it sucks. You know what I'm saying? And next time you go in there, someone could fucking, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But it takes a lot of balls, to be totally honest, just to fucking put yourself out there. And it is what it is. Yeah, and that's the reason why I'll never knock anyone for doing it that does it, even if they suck. And that's real. Like even if they suck, I'm like, shit, man. The way it is, you fucking doing some shit. So fuck, and it's fun. So fuck it. It's all in good fun. But I agree. We're gonna go to I'm gonna hit two more people.
Go for it.
C Snacks.
C Snacks is hilarious.
Definitely
C-Snacks,
comedian.
That dude, Chris Clark. I'm telling you, that guy. He's got some things that he does during his videos. He's him and Dame, I'm telling you, in terms of doing what they do, the way that they do it is very unique in that aspect, because the personality and just the boisterous of what they do, and they're so different, but they're the same, if I can say that.
Yeah, you could tell that they've known each other for a long time, and they are actual real friends. Yeah, it's a real chemistry
good people. There. Yeah, and I can tell, and I can tell you, just good people, just from like kind of chatting every so often with C Snacks. Sometimes when he comments on my stuff, and when I watch his stuff as well, that guy is just hilarious to watch. I mean, he genuinely is into the stuff that he's reviewing, and that's the thing that really shows. It doesn't show like he's just trying to knock a video out for the weekend. That's that video. You can tell when people do that.
Yeah, and that's also the reason why he sticks to snacks, because to be totally honest, that's why, because he's probably, and it's funny to say passionate, but he really enjoys snacks, so that's why he picked snacks. And that's why it comes off as real.
And it's infectious too, because if you've ever seen his reviews where he did the drive-through with the unicorn frappuccino, especially when he gets the other people involved, into that, it's kind of like Dame. I remember like a CraveCon, just watching and being around Dame and watching how he eats with the people and the people that they gravitate because of the personality. It's just a really cool thing to watch. And C Snacks, I'm telling you, Chris Clark, he has the bravado because he has the stand-up experience. So obviously this is just an extension of what he does normally, in the way that he does it. So, I mean, I have a lot of respect for that guy, because he literally, when it comes to the snack game and the way he does it and the way that he does it, it's his content is golden. It really is pretty great.
Shout out Team C Snacks.
Definitely.
Shout out Team C Snacks. I'm definitely on Team C Snacks. I talk to him a lot too, man. But you know what? Let me see. We're going to just throw out one more, and then after that, I'm going to get to the jerk job of the week, May 15th, 2017. But we're going to throw out one more name. We're going to say Joey's World Tour.
Joey's World Tour. I would say he is probably one of the most charismatic comedian-type food reviewers on the internet right now. And I say that just with confidence, because you can watch any video that Joey has put out. If you don't smile, you're dead.
Oh,
you
you're
don't
gonna
have a personality.
Yeah,
you have to.
You were going to
Even
laugh.
Smile.
And like my thing,
Even
like
smile.
I don't want to cut you out, but the funny thing about it, the one guy that was on Shark Tank, what's his name? The main guy, the judge from Shark Tank, that was talking about the Hardee's rib burger.
Damon John.
Yeah.
Damon John,
The
right?
funny thing about it was JKM Crave put out a video pretty much spotlighting that he acknowledged Joey's review of that burger. And it was funny because that dude, he busted out laughing exactly when I watched that Joey's review on it, I laughed and I rewinded it 5 times, like almost crying laughing. And truthfully, any review that he does, whenever he's like done talking and he's like, let's look at it, and he points this way and goes, the funniest shit ever. And then when that dude was like just busted out laughing and start talking about it, I'm like, that's fucking hilarious. Like, Joey is gold. Like, and my thing is, he's not a one trick pony. Like,
no.
He freestyles a lot. I could tell he freestyles a lot, and it's funny.
Well, the whole thing. The whole thing. If you look at it,
he doesn't edit.
He doesn't edit.
He doesn't edit. Period.
It's very rare. It's very rare if you see something that he does that. But that is just straight from beginning to end. Whatever you get is what you get, and he makes it work.
Yep.
And that's the talent of what he's been doing. Like, literally 3 times a week. I mean, that comes down to one of the 4 points that I like to talk about when people ask me about with YouTube dedication and what are the things that motivate you. He's got that commitment and follow through every week to put out literally 3 pieces of content, and that's huge. I mean, just in itself.
Yep.
But he has a blast doing it. I have a lot of respect for him. I've done some collabs with him in the past, and he is genuinely a good guy behind the scenes. The way his personality is on camera is pretty much how it is when you talk to him.
I could tell he's
very,
real.
very genuine.
Yeah, I could tell he's real.
Dude.
I could definitely tell he's a real. I could definitely tell he's a real motherfucker. But the one thing that I could also tell is he takes negative and turns them into positives and laughs at it, and I love that. Like, that's what I do with my fucking channel, and it's funny. Like, he like pretty much. I already said this in the last episode, so I'm not gonna say it again. Like, he takes troll comments and uses them to his advantage, and that's dope.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing.
He's a
when
fucking
he's doing
technician.
The mannerisms, you know it. He is a YouTube technician. That's a good way to put it. The YouTube technician.
Yeah,
YouTube food review technician.
Exactly. That's exactly what he is. But yeah, man, like I said, we're on Joey's World Tour. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see. Jerk Job of the Week, May 15th, 2017.
Who's the recipient?
We're going to do a drum roll, in post. Boom, 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 boom. The endorsement for the second episode straight. For the second episode straight. The endorsement. Jerk Job of the Week, May 15th, 2017. Man, I know the endorsement is a cool, and truthfully, he knows I fuck with him. He knows that I'm subscribed to him. He knows that I thumbs up his videos and all this and that and the other. But it's just funny, man. My thing, you know what endorsement? You're going to be the Jerk Job of the Week every episode until you do a video without a fucking ball cap on. Do a video without a ball cap, and then after that, I'll go to like maybe Bite and Chew or some shit.
That's some shots fired. That's some shots fired right there. I'll tell you, that's some shots fired. And John, if he's watching this right now, you better watch that too. That's some shots fired right there. Oh, it's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Dope shit.
Congratulations to the endorsement.
For the second episode straight endorsement, you are the Jerk Job of the Week. It is what it is, man. I am Beer Drink Shawty here live. This is the longest, and the truth, this won't happen again. I really enjoyed talking to you, Ian. Like, straight up, I really enjoyed talking to you, Ian, and it was just a perfect podcast. Like, I know for a fact that this is going to be a very, excuse me. This is going to be the least edited podcast that I've done. I mean, granted, there's only been 3, but this actually rolled around well. And my thing with the podcast, I think that the less edits, the better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just conversation-wise, man.
Definitely. And you know what? For what it is, we're at 55 minutes. You know what we're going to do here? Is there anything that you want to talk? Like, you take the control seat of this podcast for say 5 minutes or so.
All right, 5 minutes.
Anything that you have, anything that you have, like upcoming things that you have, food review, ETs, UFO, just go for it. Go for what you know.
We'll save the UFO stuff for the sequel to this one. We'll work on that one together.
Or interview. I don't care. Just let's go. Let's go.
Well, let me just tell you right now, the big thing, at least for me, and for those of you who may be listening, who know of my channel already, there, I'm getting very big into the live streaming aspect of YouTube, because I do believe that is kind of like where it's all going towards.
And you're good at
it. I have fun with it, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Having the edited, structured content the way it's been done for years is always going to be the thing that people want to take a look at, because it's quick, it's packaged, you're in and out. But if you really want to connect with your people and connect with your base and have a good time, the live streaming aspect is really where it's going. And what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of merging a lot of my packaged content into the live format. So you're beginning to see like the transition effects like I do in my videos, and the way that I'm trying to make it light.
Yeah,
I'm very much like watching that, and I have something kind of special planned in the future for that.
I commented on that too. I'm like, how in the hell did you do that?
Yes, some good stuff. I'd be happy to share it. I'd be happy to share it with you for sure. We can do a whole segment on this stuff. There was so much fun to do.
Good stuff, man. My bad for cutting you off. Go ahead.
No. But that's the other thing there. Every Friday, I typically have my live stream. It was originally at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now I'm actually going to be jumping it to 9 p.m. Pacific, because I'm finding that later into the night, it's a little bit easier for most people, especially on the East Coast.
Yeah.
It gets later into the evening, but on the West Coast here, it's going to be a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
But aside from the live stream stuff, which I have so much fun to do, it's usually a mystery food review of something of quality. I don't want to do just kind of like, a quick chip thing. I want to do something of food that people want to see.
Yeah, that people are actually going to go out there and try out the next day.
Yeah, and try it. Exactly. So aside from that, just the normal stuff. I've got in the can right now the new Chick-fil-A smokehouse barbecue bacon sandwich, which is going to be out tomorrow afternoon. I'm actually going to be going for a 12 o'clock launch. I'm going to be testing a different time tomorrow, as well as I'm trying to work on some content for something that I'm calling LA Week, which is filming a few things that are around Los Angeles, just to kind of have some content ready to go. So in the event of having like a slow week or there's really nothing too much out, I'll have like a video like every day as the plan to have something,
man.
Here from the West Coast, just to do that. But, I got to be honest, BDS, it just comes down to, like I kind of touched upon earlier, with just the 4 things that I kind of focus on. And for me, it's the passion, the creativity to do something, along these lines, because that was my background prior to my previous working life, just for broadcast journalism, just creativity with doing this type of thing. The commitment to do it, which is putting it out, the product and creating, and then the follow through, which is every single week, at least 2 to 3 videos, 1 streaming, live stream, and then usually 2 reviews to go. And then the engagement, interacting with all of you guys.
Yep.
So it's a very easy thing if you follow it there, but if you have the passion, you have the drive, anyone who's listening to my voice and who's listening to this podcast, just put it out there. Don't be afraid, because, the worst thing you can do is look back and say, what if I tried that? What could have happened had I done something with it? So, that's
and you
the
miss out,
for me.
and when you do that, you miss out on a lot of fun, because my thing is, okay, I got trolled, I got flamed the whole video.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? They're watching you.
That's right.
They're not watching you.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you know how much stuff I get flagged in my system whenever I see people, when they write some nasty things to me about whatever it is, about how I look, what I say, what I do? It's hilarious. That stuff just blows my mind, that people would spend the amount of time that they do to try and bring you down in that way. That just fuels you to make the very best piece of content the next time, to throw it right back and say, here you go, here's another piece. So.
But then in my case, I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, bro, do you think that I'm just in a drive-through all day? I'm doing fun shit. I'm doing fun shit.
That's right.
Like especially weekend, like 90% of the time during the weekend, I'm doing fun shit. But then also, what I'm doing that you're trolling me and flaming me on is fun shit. But I'm glad that you saw me doing fun shit.
That's right. Any interaction is a good one, right? Even bad publicity is good publicity, because thumb down as many videos as you want, because you're getting an interaction and it's trending on YouTube. So you're doing a service. So yeah, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you on that.
It is what it is, man. But definitely, man, Ian, I really do appreciate you hopping on the Foodie Fam Podcast, episode 3, man.
Me.
Definitely one of the more fluent. Like I'm catching my wave. I'm catching my wave, and truthfully, you helped me catch my wave because boom, it's boom, boom, tit for tat, tit for tat. I'm fucking Road Warrior Hawk. You're Road Warrior Animal. Excuse me.
Right now, I'm Robin to your Batman right now, so we're good.
You're the RVD to my Sabu.
There you go.
It is what it is, man. But once again, This has been the Foodie Fam Podcast, Episode 3 with Ian Keiner of Peep This Out. Just to go ahead and end this thing, I want you to go ahead and plug your social media as well as your YouTube channel, because definitely it'll be in the description, but maybe people will be more inclined to hop on and subscribe out of your mouth. That sounded stupid. With the fucking URL coming from your voice.
Well, I appreciate that. And first off, again, let me just say, BDS, thanks so much for having me on tonight. It was a blast to do this. We'll definitely be doing this again, hopefully. It was a lot of fun to do for sure. YouTube, obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, you already know. You can do a search for Peep This Out, or obviously youtube.com/PeepThisOut. Instagram, Peep This Out Reviews, and also at Peep This Out. On Twitter, facebook.com/PeepThisOut. It's Peep This Out Bonanza everywhere that you look. You'll be able to find me pretty easily there.
Google Peep This Out. Google Peep This Out and follow everything that comes up.
I appreciate that. But a lot of great content, 2 to 3 times a week, live streaming, like I said, and very interactive. I make every effort to answer my comments on every single one of my videos a day or two out. If you go to any of my content pieces, you'll see I love interacting and having a good time. I think that's literally half of the fun of doing this stuff, is actually talking to people that are getting a response from what I put out there. So thank you so much, and I definitely greatly appreciate it, BDS, for sure.
No doubt, Ian Keiner, Peep This Out. We will definitely see you next time, or not see you because it's a fucking podcast, but we will definitely hear you again on a future podcast. And you're thanking me, I'm thanking you. You're definitely, so far, one of my favorite guests of this podcast. You made it go fluent. It is what it is, what it ain't, what it's gonna be.
Thank you.
Who are you? I'm Beer Drain Shawty. Everyone listening, thanks for watching. And we are what? What are we, Ian?
Well, we're staying frosty is what we're doing right now.
Boom. Keep it frosty. We're out.